is Julia. My friends call me JuJu. And today I'm going to be talking about my 75 hard experience. I lost 20 pounds. I quit vaping. I won a 5K. I did so many amazing things for myself and my life. I drastically healed my mental health. And I'm going to be getting into some of the ways that I did it and what I experienced during this 75 challenge and beyond. If you are interested in these type of videos such as health and lifestyle, make sure you subscribe and stick around. Also, if you want to leave me video suggestions or questions in the comments below. Without further ado, let's get into it. So, why did I decide to start doing 75 hard? Well, it all started when it was 4th of July and I had taken some pictures on the beach in a bikini. I just could not believe how I looked. I was not fond of it and I knew that I needed to change. Before you come for me, I always am a person who, no matter how I look or what kind of day I'm having, I always try to give myself grace. However, I believe part of self-love is being honest with yourself. So if you know that you're not your best or you're not at your best, part of self-love is being honest with yourself and being able to take a step back and decide what you're going to do to change that. And the change comes from a place of self-love and wanting the best for yourself. So I saw those pictures, something inside me just snapped. I was like, no. I was like, this is not it. This is not what I'm gonna be doing. Like, I wanna look good and I wanna be healthier. This is not my best. And I had kind of gained some relationship weight, okay? I have been dating my boyfriend now for over 2 years, and you know, he loves to take me out to eat and always takes me on dates, and he's a sweetie. So, you know, I'm getting comfortable, but I got a little too comfortable. Like, what am I doing wrong here? Like, what can I improve on myself? And I started to look into 75 hard. I had heard of 75 hard before, and it kind of seemed like something that was too hard for me to do. Guys, I know I titled this video as 75 hard, but I actually made my own rules, some of which are completely the same as the original challenge, and some of which were tailored to the things that I wanted to improve in my life. So if you don't know, 75 hard has some pretty strict rules. Basically, if you don't follow those rules exactly for 75 days, you have to start over at the beginning. I'm gonna go over the 75 hard rules as per the original challenge, and then I'm gonna go over my rules that I decided I wanted to incorporate into my life. 75 hard original rules. Number 1, drink a gallon of water a day, okay? Stick to a diet plan, no cheat meals. Do 2 45-minute workouts a day, no rest days. The 2 45-minute workouts, one of them has to be outside and they cannot be after one another. No drinking at all. And 10 pages of a nonfiction book per day. Take a progress picture every single day. You have to do all of these things every single day in order to complete 75 hard for 75 days. Those are not my rules. I did more of a 75 soft, but it was not soft and it was not easy. I did a bunch of research on 75 hard, and then I reflected on some of the things that I felt were hurting my mental and physical health, and some of the things that I felt I was not doing my best at health-wise. And I used 75 hard as an inspiration to come up with a 75-day challenge that I knew I could stick to and be successful at. Number 1, no drinking. Okay. Why did I decide to do no drinking? Because it was getting to the point where there would be times where I would drink 3 times a week, 4 times a week. And I would be drinking not even in social situations. I would just get a bottle of wine and drink it while I was cooking dinner. And then wake up the next day feeling subpar. it's just not good, okay? It's just not good. I knew it wasn't good for my health, and like I said, I was getting too comfortable. So no drinking, boom. Next one, no fast food. A lot of y'all could really benefit from this. I'm gonna keep it real. You do not understand how much healthier cooking at home is for you. So no fast food for 75 days. That right there, that completely changed the game, because you're working 40 hours a week, as I am, and you don't realize how often you're picking up Chick-fil-A, Culver's if you live in the Midwest. Shout out to my Culver's people, because Culver's slaps. DQ, you know, McDonald's, Taco Bell, all of these options that we think are saving us time, they're costing us in other areas, because in reality, we don't actually know what's in that food, okay? So no fast food. My next rule, no TikTok. Guys, along with all these other unhealthy habits that just made me feel like crap about myself, I felt like the doom scrolling on TikTok for me was just going way too far. I felt like I literally couldn't even pay attention to things in real life anymore. And a lot of times it would be so bad that like I would scroll on TikTok and then like afterwards I would literally feel sad. Like this video, if you can relate. Next rule, no vaping. Okay, if you are part of my generation, odds are you've vaped or tried vaping before. If you have not, kudos to you. I started vaping in like 2018, 2019, my freshman or sophomore year of college. I was a waitress, so I was a stressed out college student. I was using it to cope, okay? And it eventually became a very unhealthy habit. I was spending a bunch of money. It was causing me extreme stress. And I had previously tried to quit before this challenge like 4 or 5 times. It wasn't until I did this challenge where I decided there was zero tolerance for any BS that I finally let go of the habit, and as of today I am 90 days vape free, which is crazy, and I'm very proud of myself for that. And my last rule was exercise 5 to 6 days a week. Guys, the original 75 hard requires you to do 2 45-minute workouts every single day with no rest days. I am not sure how healthy that actually is. And it's just not realistic. Like I said, if you work over 40 hours a week like I do, I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm also trying to improve my mental health. So some of these things, you gotta just make it to your own life, okay? And lucky for me, I had a passion and continue to have a passion for running. I know some of you are like, ugh, screw you, I hate running, but for me, that's what I love to do. And so I used this 75 hard / soft as an opportunity to get back into and reignite my passion for running. Guys, I ended up winning a 5K here where I live. That was a huge motivation for me as well. It's just being able to win in my age group, and now my 5K time has already gotten 2 whole minutes faster. So running and working out has been a huge benefit for me. So once you come up with a list of ways that you're going to improve and things that you're going to solidly stick to for 75 days, I think one of the most helpful things that really kept me inspired and motivated throughout my healthy challenge was educating myself. Literally the best and easiest way to do that is through YouTube and through podcasts. So I would recommend watching the Andrew Huberman podcast. He has so much helpful, healthy videos to watch. One of the ones that really changed the way that I thought about these unhealthy habits that I had was his episode on dopamine and his episode on nicotine. Those two episodes really helped me to understand what was actually going on. Dopamine, we're constantly wired to be seeking dopamine out. So whether that be through natural means like exercise, healthy foods, interpersonal relationships and making connections, or you could be seeking out unhealthy or artificial means of dopamine like vaping, drinking, going out, going on social media. And so the goal is the more healthier forms of dopamine that you can have, the better. I did not see results for at least 3 weeks. I saw no physical results for at least the first 3 weeks to a month of this challenge. And when I tell you, I drastically changed my habits. I stopped eating fast food every day or every other day, and I went to completely eating at home, packing a lunch, cooking every dinner at home, using vegetables in almost every single meal, focusing on high protein meals. I stopped vaping. I started exercising, running almost every single day. And when I tell you I still did not see results for about at least 3 weeks to a month, I lost no weight and I saw no physical results. After that point, I started to see exponential results. So it may take you several weeks to a month to start seeing results. I know that's not what people want to hear, but it is the truth. If you watch a lot of videos like this video, what's the one thing they're going to tell you is be consistent. And that is the absolute truth. If you are not consistent, it's not going to work. Even now, it's 90 days since I started this challenge. And have I celebrated with a little glass of wine or whatever? Sure. But the work that I've done shows on my outer appearance. And the only reason that it shows is because I remained consistent. So if you remain consistent over time, you're gonna be rewarded. It's okay to treat yourself every once in a while. In the original 75 Hard, it says no cheat days. In my version of 75 Hard, I had some days where it was that time of the month or I was just having a rough day where, I might have treated myself to a couple extra chips or snacks or something. And I just allowed myself to have it. And in my mind, my mindset was, this is okay. Give yourself grace. This is what you want right now. We're gonna honor what you want in this moment without going overboard. And that way, when you just allow yourself what you really want in that moment, it kind of stops you from having this extremely scarcity mindset. I would say at all costs, avoid the scarcity mindset, because that mindset is gonna get you wanting to binge on a bunch of unhealthy food because it feels so forbidden. It's like when parents tell kids not to do something, what's the first thing they're gonna wanna do? So just almost parent yourself and treat yourself as if you were a child that you're taking care of. What did I gain out of this experience? Well, guys, I literally gained more confidence, and not just because I lost over 20 pounds, just because I feel so much healthier now. When I lost the weight, my face kind of started to get more snatched, so I started to wear less makeup, and I felt like I was just glowing from the inside out because of all of the healthy foods and habits and just staying hydrated and everything that I incorporated into my life. Something major that I gained was that confidence and just that bright glow. It completely changed my mental health. I've been inspired. I literally inspired myself by the amount that I was able to achieve, because that's the thing. Once you start achieving, you're just gonna keep going and you're gonna keep becoming successful because you become inspired by your own success. If you really told yourself you were gonna do something and then you actually did it, do you know how good that feels on the inside? It feels very, very good, and it feels like you can actually trust yourself to continue to reach your goals. Another thing is attracting better people. I noticed that like the healthier I became and the better version of myself that I became, for example, like a girl who I wanted to hang out with, she literally asked me to hang out. So it's like I'm attracting better people who I aspire to be instead of attracting people who may not be the best for you in your life. So I think we attract the people, or we attract the energy that we give off, and that was just another side effect of this challenge. The next one is uncovering hidden issues. So I actually realized that I have a slight issue with anger, and I never knew that before starting 75 Hard, because I was constantly blunting and muting my real emotions through drinking, vaping, eating unhealthy comfort foods. I was completely blunting my real emotions. Once I gave these things up, these real emotions started to bubble up, and I started to understand that I needed to be aware of these emotions and feel these emotions and start to track my progress on coping with these emotions and regulating these emotions. So I'm still on a path of learning how to cope with those feelings of anger and rage that I was previously completely muting. Now they're coming out, and so now my body is adjusting to regulating to these emotions. Don't be shocked if that also happens to you. I think that's gonna be it for this video. You guys let me know if you have any questions or you have any video requests. I could talk about this stuff for a million years, because when I tell you doing 75 Hard, or my own version of 75 Hard, completely changed my life, I'm not being dramatic. Like, I am 100% a better person than I was before, and I'm only just more inspired to keep going, and I hope that I can inspire you as well. Please let me know if you have any questions or any video suggestions. Leave them in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe. There's definitely going to be more videos coming, and have an amazing rest of your day.